Hi everyone, we have with us today Dr. Prashant. तो सर before going to the introduction and all, मुझे तो पहले मेन CUT को लेके जानना है कि is there any inside news आपके पास, कोई secret news है कि CUT कब होगा, कोई डेट को लेके?
So again, it's a very trivial question because UGC has in past changed their dates sometimes, and but tentatively what they have declared is between 14 to 28th of March is what they have informed through informal channels and even through some media reports. This is between 14 to 28th March is what we have come to know.
Right. So because as a student ना हमें वो डेट चाहिए होता है कि
yes.
मैं तभी पढ़ूंगा जब डेट शीट आएगा.
Correct.
So they want a date. So we can assume that as a 14 March ये लेके चलो.
Yes.
उसके extra whatever days we get extra, we have to we can give more mocks, we can study more that time.
It's a very initial phase for UGC as well, and what discovery phase is going on for them to identify the right date, and that's why I think right now after 2-3 years of experience, this March month somewhere seems to be consolidating for UGC as well and for the aspirants as well. So keeping all those aspects in mind, mostly it looks like कि वो 14 second half of the March में होने की possibilities है.
Correct. So 14 March we can take as a date as a from a student point of view.
Yes.
So that then if we get extra days, we'll study more, we'll do extra.
Right.
Sir, coming to the second point of the day for me is CUT. Now a lot of colleges are accepting the CUT exam.
Yes.
So what is your take on CUT and what is your take on the exam? Which all exams are you accepting?
Yes. So it's a nationwide examination, and as maximum students are participating into it because it's being conducted by authority in higher education like UGC. So the acceptability and participation is in it at a good level. Good. Keeping that aspect in mind, even NICMAR University is very clear that we are also part of it, and we have also registered ourselves with CUET, and we will accept the scores for CET from CET as well. So students who aspire to take up these entrance examination, their scores will be acceptable for us.
Right. So CAT.
We right now we are accepting CAT scores, CUET. We have our own entrance examination named as NCAT. And apart from this, we have MAT, and yeah, that's it. Means these are the entrance exam scores that we are accepting.
Correct. So, sir, NCAT we talked about. So, NCAT, is it for me compulsory to give NCAT, or if I've given another national level exam like CAT or
CMAT, then so the scores which we are accepting, if those scores, if the student or aspirant has appeared for those entrance examination, their scores are acceptable. They don't need to undergo the NCAT process. But when it comes to students who have not appeared for any of the entrance examination, then NCAT is mandatory. Yeah.
Or if they scored less in the exam?
Yeah, they have a chance where they can improve upon, and they can appear for our NCAT, and if they fare well, because as you know, we are a very niche area, we are working in a very niche area, and we want students to means get into our forte as well, where the students' aspirations towards this sector or towards a wider sector, apart from, means I would not say anything specific to the NICMAR University that we are offering, but yes, construction, real estate, infrastructure projects, and there are so many host of employment opportunities around this sector itself. So if student is oriented towards that, NCAT is the only exam that he can opt for, and he can miss out if he is not appearing for any other exam. That's fine. So yes, acceptable scores of the entrance exam that I mentioned plus NCAT.
Correct. So my always I have one question which I always ask the people, the senior positions. Okay, when it comes to the interviews, is there any kind of a tick list you have कि ये दिखता होना चाहिए, English अच्छी बोल लेता है. So what are the main factor you feel, or what I can improve, because now the interviews are going to start for all the colleges.
Right.
So what is that main factor which you are looking for?
It's a very inquisitive question for every aspirant, I would say. And when it comes to interview, definitely we as a university wants to understand the overall personality of the student whom we are assessing during the interview. So we put them into specific cases. So it's not like a interview per se, but we put them into specific cases to understand how good a team player he is, or how well he can collaborate and work, because working in team is something that every industry is expecting, cut across all sectors. And when it comes to leadership skills, when it comes to the confidence level, how confident they are towards their own skill sets. And one part that we try to evaluate during the interview process is also about how focused they are on improving their own skills, because these skills acquired at this point in time may go redundant in some days or maybe in few years, and the tenure of this redundancy is reducing day by day. So we also try to evaluate how good a learner he is and how he can continue his learning. So his adaptability towards various situations, whether he is a team player or not, whether he is able to collaborate and work and drive results for the industry, and plus his learning capabilities. So these areas is what we look for, and if a candidate fits into these parameters, then he's certainly in NICMAR University.
Right. So a lot of students are there, especially if I talk about myself as an engineer, हमने कुछ किया नहीं होता, 4 साल सिर्फ engineering के पढ़ी होती है. And the moment we talk to you, you say कि नहीं learning skills दिखाओ, अभी कहाँ से दिखाओ, because
Yes.
all my 4 years studied this.
Right.
So if I do a couple of courses, like suppose I'm going to apply for MA in finance, तो finance का 1-2 course कर लिया, and एक आधा internship कर लिया, maybe dad को से dad के contact के through.
Correct.
So all these kind of things will give me extra brownie points in the interview.
Yes, it actually shows your inner strength and inner will to do something more. So that value addition everyone likes, whether it is industry, your home, your friends. What is bare minimum is fine, you have delivered that. But when it comes to delivering something extra, so that value addition everyone expects. Correct. And I think anyone who's beyond his regular structured curriculum, if he is trying to get knowledge or gain knowledge through some value added courses, through online courses, or through small, means host of opportunities are available for students for those short courses of 5 hours or 10 hours or 15 hours. So those listing in the CV and during that interaction gives us a feel and vibe that yes, you might have done your engineering, but apart from that, if you have done certain value additions, it definitely adds. So that brownie point for those students is definitely there.
Good. तो अभी Google करो कोई अच्छा program and then
Absolutely.
you can do that.
Absolutely.
Sir, my last question is around marketing, finance, operation, HR, IT. These are the 5 areas we have heard for the last 30-40 years.
Yes.
So is the market going to evolve? So because if you like if the college have only these programs, there's a colleges नई program बेकार है. The colleges who have the new program, they say in old is go on, this is gone.
Right.
We have both the programs.
We have both the programs,
so,
right.
what do you think are all the branches, the old branches and the new branches like sustainability and then other areas? So are they going to coexist? What is the future?
Yes, according to my understanding and whatever that I have read and whatever future that we are actually envisaging, according to that I feel these will coexist for sure. Sustainability is one area which means world over the focus on sustainability is huge and the impact on the coming generation is enormous, and that's why I feel every course of study or the specialized courses over sustainability or maybe energy, I think these are certain areas which are going to take front seat in days to come, and students who have that inclination towards sustainability or towards sustainable development, I feel that these would continue to coexist, but this area, one area I feel will have lot of prominence in days to come. So a bent, every student having a bent towards sustainable development goals, I think they will definitely pave a way for their own future as well as for the generations to come. So that's what my take is on. And when it comes to the 5 main areas that you just spoke about, that they have been in existence for last 30-40 years, I would say they would continue as it is. But then obviously the way we have been performing our role, being a finance professional or being a marketing professional, the way we have been performing our roles, that definitely is going to evolve by changing trends of the market and those aspects keeping in mind. So that you should be ready for that adaptation, you should be ready for that evolution and embrace that as easy as possible. So I think they would coexist for sure. Yeah. Specialization, I would say, one point just I would like to add over here. Whichever field you may choose, whether specialization or sector specific, being sector specific or being an area specific like finance or something, and a finance in IT industry or a finance in construction industry or a finance in FMCG, these all areas is what I am observing is, if you are into the top 10% league, then you don't have to bother at all. Further going ahead, how you can improve yourself and get into the top 5%, top 2%, top 1% league of professionals, I think then you don't have to worry about whether you are generic or whether you are a specialist. You need to be in that top 10% of the professionals, and how you would be there, probably by more learning, by being more adaptable, by being more collaborative. So working in teams, having confidence on the processes and systems, and then your own personality. I think that will pave the future for those professionals in days to come. So that's my take.
Right. थ्री इडियट्स का डायलॉग याद आ गया ना कि एक्सीलेंस के पीछे भागो, सक्सेस अपने आप आएगा.
Right. Excellence is, yes, this is one area. Means that's why, means अगर आपने 90% को भी अगर आपने थोड़ा सा आपने उनके कंपटीशन में आप उनसे आगे आ रहे हो और आप वो 10% के लीग में भी अगर आप अपने आप को पाते हो, तो शायद दैट इज़ द टाइम व्हेन यू कैन स्टार्ट मीन्स इवैल्यूएटिंग योरसेल्फ एज अ प्रोफेशनल के यू आर देयर समवेयर. मतलब आप अगर वो 90% में ही अगर इट डजंट मीन दैट 90% इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. They are the major workforce, they are the one who will, but then when it comes to leading a business, leading a particular initiative, I'm not just talking about leading a business, but leading an initiative. When it comes to sustainable development, it's an initiative that any company would take up or any corporate would take up. So yes, excellence चाहिए, but सारे ही excellent होंगे तो बहुत अच्छा है, we will grow faster. जो हमने टारगेट्स 2047 के लिए when we will complete 100 years of our independence, उसके लिए जो रखे हैं शायद वो हम 2040 में कंप्लीट कर ले, 2030 में कंप्लीट कर ले. So it's all depend on our professionals which we are nurturing through these education institutions.
Great. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.